Good afternoon. This is Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group at Keller Williams Realty here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today's video is going to be Dale's pulse on what's going on in our current market. As many of you know, our inventory has gone down drastically. So we're going to start with discussing what has happened with our inventory. We're going to go over what's happening in the foreclosure market, what our current inventory is, talk about the yearly trends in our inventory, how that's impacting the buyers and the sellers in the market, and then give you a little crystal ball, if you will, projection of where I anticipate things going this fall. So let's jump right in. So let's start with the April foreclosures. This is down at the Nevada Legal News, is where they have the foreclosure sales. This data is taken from CoreLogic, if any of you are curious about that. So let's start with the NODs, which is the Notice of Defaults. Notice of default is when you miss 3 mortgage payments in a row, the bank can file the notice of default to accelerate the foreclosure process. Some of these banks are taking up to 2 years to file them, so it's not exactly happening on the 90th, 91st day. There were 990 NODs filed for the month of April. There were 1,355 notices of trustee sales. Notice of trustee sale is when the bank has filed the NOD, then they file the trustee's sale date, which means the property forecloses and goes from the owner back to the bank. We had 1,355 of those in April. We had 566 REOs, meaning the bank has foreclosed on the property and taken it back. And there were 349 investor sales at auction. 99% of these properties, well, maybe not 99, maybe 90 of those are going to be flipped back to the market, and the investor is going to make a margin on it. Some of them are kept by savvy investors that are doing a buy and hold strategy and renting the properties out, but most of those you'll see coming back on the market. Let's go to the inventory update. This is for all of the Valley, North Las Vegas, and Henderson. 4,549 units for sale. This is single-family homes, townhomes, condos. In contract, there's 15,585. 3,821 sold in the last 30 days. We're seeing what's selling going down monthly. We were doing about 4,500 units a month, but there's no inventory right now, so there's less sales. So we have maybe a month and a half's worth of inventory. Let's quickly move on to this graph. I know you're not going to be able to see the details of it, but let me give you the summary. You can probably see this trend line where in 2007 we had about 2,700 units for sale, and then it went up. And here we are today, where we are below the line of 2,500. Keep in mind, this graph only shows Las Vegas. This does not include Henderson or North Las Vegas, and it only is single-family homes. So as of today, we have about 2,400 units. And here's the interesting thing. This is the 7-day rollover average. We're actually seeing it trend upward. So hopefully we're going to see our inventory start to increase, but this is just a 7-day rollover trend, so that doesn't mean anything yet. So real quickly, let's roll into the buyer's side of things. There's nothing on the market really. So anything that's priced right is having multiple offers on it. I think we have like 500 bank-owned homes in the whole valley for sale right now. So all the investors and the primary occupants are going after those. So you're going to see as many as probably 30, 40 offers. On our listings, we're seeing anywhere from 4 to 10 offers within the first week. And 50% of what's selling is cash, so you know that there's going to be cash offers, at least half of those on the property. So you're going to have to be very strategic in how you're making your offers. So that's a side conversation. Please reach out to me. Be more than happy to pace you on that and give you some strategies that we're employing with our buyers agents for them to get their offers accepted. Move on to the seller side of things. We are seeing a 10% increase in the sales price in the last 5 months. Our equity listings, in I'd say 5 of them that we've done in the last couple of months, we've been able to get 10% above what the last sales comps were in the community. Getting the buyer to waive the appraisal, and if they're financing, make it not contingent upon financing or the appraisal. So it's a huge trend and change that we're seeing in our marketplace. So if you have a property that you're considering selling, now might be the time to get on the market and try to sell it with low inventory levels and our busy buy season right now. We're seeing a huge shift in our market. With this data here of the foreclosures, obviously our foreclosure crisis isn't over. With that AB 284 law that went into effect last October, we've seen the faucet just got shut off. You know, some of the top REO agents in town that used to carry 500 listings at one time are carrying 10. So this is obviously a false bottom. So are the banks wising up and they're going to just slowly trickle this inventory out? Or are we going to see a huge spike up in our inventory this fall once the banks get used to the new processing of this AB 284 law? Reach out to me if you want to discuss that in more detail. I can explain that to you as well. So here's Dale's crystal ball scenario. I believe that the inventory is going to go up this winter and prices may slip again. So if you are trying to hold and wait the market out to sell, I would suggest you get on the market now and try to capitalize on this low inventory during our busy buy season. You know, I still think we have a couple years left. You know, we have over 100,000 units left to foreclose in the valley, and we're only going through about 3,800 a month. And keep in mind, only 30% of these are REOs, and then 30% are short sales. So 60% of this 3,800 are distress sales. So if you look into that, if you take that number and factor that into the 100,000 roughly, we're looking at 2 or 3 years left. So chances are prices are not going to continue on this upswing. So if you're considering selling, please reach out to me. If you're considering buying, or if you are in the market buying, or an investor in the market, or considering investing, you need to be very, very strategic in what you're doing in our current marketplace, or you're going to end up spinning your wheels. Dale Snyder with the Snyder Group at Keller Williams Realty. I hope this information was valuable to you. Reach out to me. I'd love to have an educated, informed conversation with you. Have a great day.